For 10 years, we have watched Iyanla Vanzant share her wisdom and advice on her hit OWN series. It was called Iyanla Fix My Life. Well, now, this inspirational speaker, this author, is bringing her expertise to a new podcast. It's called The R Spot from Shondaland Audio.
Okay, each week she's going to dig into relationship issues with listeners like this one who needs Iyanla's help after her boyfriend cheated on her. Oh, let's take a listen.
I wanted love so bad, or I just wanted someone so bad that I thought I could fix it.
I would say, beloved, you are looking for love in all the wrong places. In this particular case, the place you're looking for it is outside of yourself.
Iyanla, welcome. Well, first of all, we're so happy that you're sitting right here with us.
I'm so happy to be here.
I feel your warmth and your presence and your love. And I feel like love is at the center of all these, just like that young lady. Yeah. She's like, you're telling her she's looking outside. Is that kind of the common theme when you're talking to people who
Absolutely.
are searching?
The mistake that we make is thinking that people come to give us love, and what people come to do is draw out of us the love that we are. But it's because we don't focus on ourselves, we think it's about them.
Yeah.
People show you your depth and capacity of love. But we give them the credit instead of saying, oh, my God, that came from me.
Yeah,
that's who I am. That's why I'm happy.
I mean, I feel like that everybody needs to sort of learn that lesson about prioritizing themselves.
Yeah.
You know, that really working on their heart, their truth, their core, their spirit.
The thing is, the only relationship you're ever having is the one you're having with yourself. What you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, how you treat yourself is going to be mirrored back to you in other people.
Yeah.
Or what you need to learn about loving yourself. People will come and to help you learn that.
If someone sits across from you and has like low self-esteem, does not feel that kind of love, how do you guide them to find it?
Well, first of all, they have to want to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's first.
They've got to want to. And if they make it about anything outside of them, the chances are they won't be guided. But where do we learn? Where do we learn the importance of who we are, the power we are, the love that we are? Where do we learn how to even tap into that? So if someone has a low self-esteem, the first thing I want them to do is strengthen their self. Because you can't have esteem until you have a self.
So what if somebody's watching that and thinking, gosh, that's me, I feel stuck, I've been having a hard time. What are ways practical ways they can strengthen themselves?
21 times a day, get in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I? And just keep getting the answers.
What's your answer?
Who am I? Oh, me?
Who are you?
I am a servant of God.
Wow.
A teacher of people. I am a woman. I am a cultural custodian. I am a mama, a great-grandmama, and a great-great-grandmama.
Wow.
In that order.
You know what's interesting? Your life, I don't know if you remember, a long, long time ago, I interviewed you for Dateline.
Oh, my gosh.
It was 100 years ago, and I remember this really well because you told me a story about in the night you were in an abusive relationship, and you had to kind of scoop your kids up, and you had a Subway token.
Yes.
And
I didn't have a Subway token.
Oh, yeah, you had to get one.
That's right.
But you had to be so beaten down in that moment before it was time for you to say enough is enough. Is that right?
Well, I had to be so courageous in that moment.
Yeah.
Not beaten down. Beaten down, I would have stayed and convinced myself I couldn't have got out. I had to have an unknown, untapped, unheard of courage to pack up 3 children and 3 shopping bags and walk out the door with nothing. Literally nothing. It's courage.
And you went to a shelter. And just quickly, I know this is crazy, but to get from that to this.
One step at a time. One step at a time, asking for guidance along the way, not making up what is or isn't possible. I say mission impossible, possible, if you just stay focused. One step at a time. I couldn't think a day ahead, a week ahead. I couldn't even think an hour ahead. I had to think one step at a time. Let me feed the kids. That's all I can do right now. Let me find some place to sleep. That's all I can do right now. Instead of wondering, because if you look too far down the road, it'll be overwhelming. That's why the road curves. You see from here to here, and then you turn. You see from here to here, and then turn. That's why the road curves. Because if we had to look if I had to look from there, sitting on the subway step with 3 kids, to
right here.
Right here, I wouldn't have been able to see it. I wouldn't have been able to see it.
And now you've started this whole new journey with this podcast. We love it. We're going to get to kind of do our own little trial right here.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more of your wisdom coming up after this.
It's time for Hoda and Jenna's Relationship Dilemmas with special guest Iyanla Vanzant.
Yeah, she has a cool new podcast. It's called The R Spot, which premieres Wednesday. But right now, Iyanla's going to help solve some of our viewers' dilemmas. So shall we get started, Iyanla?
First of all, we love your type of love because it's kind of like tough.
Yeah,
but
tell it like it is.
Love.
Well, you know, we don't have time to play around in the drama. Let's get in there. Let's get it done.
Okay, the first question is from Eileen. Should we take a look?
Hi, Iyanla. My name is Eileen. I'm in my mid-60s, and I've been a widow for approximately the past year and a half. I've recently joined the world of online dating, where I met a gentleman who we were head over heels about each other immediately. However, I realized that he couldn't give me what I was looking for, and I ended it. My question is, how do you move on from the disappointing ones that you thought were the one?
You know, the mistake we make as women is everybody got to be the one.
Yeah.
Why can't they be the one for now?
The one for now.
Right? You know, play dates. The kids go on play dates. You hang out for a little while. Why does it always have to be the one?
So you think we should just broaden it and just say for right now?
And not only that, disappointment, what we were talking about earlier, she said, he couldn't give me what I wanted, as opposed to, I couldn't be who I am with him.
Ooh, I couldn't be who I am with him.
Okay.
That's the one.
Not he couldn't give me what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. All right, we have more. Jenny from Maine has a question about a friend dilemma. Take a look.
I'm getting married next year. I have one friend who assumes she's going to be a bridesmaid. I don't plan on asking her, but she's gone as far as posting on social media that she can't wait to be my bridesmaid on our wedding day. What should I do when I start asking friends to be bridesmaids?
Don't ask her. Why would she assume that? That's what this calls for a radical conversation. Okay. You know, tell the truth. You know, I love you. We're close. But as I plan my wedding, I didn't include you in my bridesmaids list. Yeah. It's not personal. Yeah. And so I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you there, but you just won't be a bridesmaid.
The posting piece of it, her posting it prematurely,
it seems like the conversation needs to happen sooner rather than later.
But friends do that. Friends make assumptions because we don't always communicate clearly. Oh. But if you don't want her, then don't do that. Don't ask her to be a bridesmaid because she's posted it.
Right. That's right. Guilting you into it.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. We have a question from Larry.
Oh, Larry.
When I'm at work or even in any social situation and I get put on the spot, I get very nervous. When people ask me why I made a certain decision, I clam up. How do I get past the fear of opening up?
Yeah. It's not a fear of opening up. It's not trusting yourself. Trusting that you will say the right thing, trusting that what you say will be accepted, trusting that you are going to be accepted or acknowledged by those you're speaking to. It's not about, or the fear is that you won't be. You'll be rejected, you'll be criticized, you'll be judged. That's what it is. So, but when you trust yourself, first of all, you don't, just because somebody asks you a question don't mean you got to answer.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand why we think you got to answer everybody's question.
How can he work on trusting himself? Is there anything he can do to sort of get more grounded in who he is?
Well, the first thing he has to do is understand why he doesn't trust himself. And I suspect making choices and decisions that didn't turn out the way he expected have taught him he can't trust his own judgment. I don't know that to be true.
Yeah.
All right, here's one. We have one on a parenting question from Julie, who was actually on our plaza this morning. Take a look.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm here with my daughter, who is 19, and I'm wondering, how do we navigate this new part of our relationship since she is becoming an independent woman?
She is, Mama. You better This is a beautiful question. Yeah. Learning how to parent an adult.
Yes.
So the first thing you have to do is see her as an adult. And then what the daughter has to do is learn how to be a woman in the presence of a woman.
Interesting.
See her mother as not as mom only, but as, and the way they do that is begin to share their stories. Mom, you got to share your woman story, your heartbreaks, your weaknesses, your fears, your challenges. And daughter, you have to share your story. When you did this, I felt this. When you did that, when I was growing up, and when you were sleeping, I took the car, or whatever it is, you know. Women sharing their stories will bond them together as women, and then she'll be parenting an adult, and the daughter will be a woman in the presence of her mother.
So smart.
We should do a whole segment on parenting
adult
children.
Oh, you have to.
Okay, will you come back? You said we have to.
I can stay in the corner and wait till.
You know, we want you to stay close to us always. The R Spot from Shondaland audio premieres Wednesday on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Oh, wow. Lucky us that that's out in the world.